And on to my next blog, which again is almost like the one I've done before, specifically the one that could be uploaded before this. And that is food and health, basically. Yeah, health and food. What can I really say about it? Well, I'm not the healthiest eater, and I'm not, well, some people say you should be bothered. Well, to me, I just eat what I like. But basically, I thought of something basically was, if there was one food in the world that you believe could be healthy food, or at least one food that you like that could be healthy, and you could eat that for the rest of your life almost daily, what would it be? And I've come to the conclusion that I think tomato soup would be my ultimate one. I could eat that nearly every day, I think. Can you imagine that? Being able to eat something that you just love. I'm not saying I'm like the craziest person that loves soup more than anybody else. I know there's going to be people out there who love tomato soup more than me, but I do love tomato soup. It is something I love to eat, and I guess that could be something I could imagine. I could just imagine myself every day thinking, right, I'm on this health kick, and basically I'm going to eat tomato soup. But in some ways, I am a little bit fussy. I'm a little bit fussy in this tomato soup thing, because it has to be from a tin or at least packet soup. Um, and that's because basically I've always been like that, you know. Never really made tomato soup myself. I suppose if somebody made tomato soup and didn't tell me it was not from a tin or a packet, I wouldn't be no wiser. Because if it looks like it's from a tin, then yes. I don't mind if they do that. I don't mind if they give me, if they give me that reassurance, you know. I don't want to see him make it. I just want to see him, or basically if like I've gone out and they've been, some chef's been at home and they've made this tomato soup, and basically it looks like it's from a tin, then yeah, I can come in and say, oh, it looks like tomato soup that I would have out of a tin. I will have it, try it, have it, and then I might like it. But then I would have to sort of say to them, you got to make it all the time if it was a good one. But yeah, apart from that, I do have it from a tin. Specifically, the company that I could be giving their promotion, or I could be giving advertising to, is basically Heinz, because they make, as far as I'm concerned, one of the best soups you can possibly ever have. Heinz tomato soup is like, it's a winner. It's a winner for me. But also, I do put milk in it. I know people say, but doesn't it always have cream in it or anything? Yeah, I'm sure it does, but as it normally says on the tin, cream of tomato soup. But I do like to put a bit of milk in it at the end, so I do like to do that. And I also like packet soup. Instant soup's good as well. I've been known to have a fair bit of that. You know, I'll sit there when I'm watching Neighbours, and I'll be there with my cup of soup that I have. There are three types of cup of soups that I've had. Heinz, I've had the Heinz cup of soup, but it surprisingly is good. I would say it should be no different to the tin soup, but I think the tin soup seems thicker, I guess. Um, I've actually had Golden Wonder Soup, the famous crisp company, actually make soup. I know. Can you believe that? I actually saw it and thought, I'm going to try that. And then I had Bachelors. But Bachelor soup is a very weird one for me. Now, I love Bachelor soup. I think it's got a great aroma when I open the packet. I always open the packet and I smell it and I'm like, oh, it smells lovely. It really does. But there's something weird about Bachelor soup, and I don't know why they do this. I mean, maybe somebody at the factory will tell me, or they'll say they chop and change it all the time. But there are two types of tomato soup that Bachelors sell. Now, this is weird. I've never known a company to do this in my life. They don't have one specific recipe, I don't think, because I have to look at the ingredients when I buy basically Bachelor's packet soup. because I've seen some of the soup that Bachelors do, tomato soup, and on it, the ingredients state herbs. It states that it's got like parsley in it or something like that. I don't like herbs, basically. And it puts me off when I would buy something like packet soup and I open it and I can see herbs in it, basically. So when I'm pouring the water in to make instant cup of soup, it's putting me off because it's got herbs in it, right? So basically, Bachelor soup, tomato soup, have done this. They've put herbs in them, right? And I've noticed that. However, I have found other Bachelor's cup of soup, tomato soup, which is pretty much almost in the same package box, right? Yet, the ingredients state there are no herbs in it. And literally, there are no herbs in it. And it is one that I would literally pour out and eat. And I can't understand why there are two versions. Now, it's not like they're advertising them as different. It's not like one's lower fat or one's different. They're not doing it like that. They're literally the same. It is basically the same packaging and everything, and they're both being advertised as Bachelor's Cup of Soup, tomato flavour, right, both of them, but both have different ingredients. One basically has herbs in it and one don't, and I don't understand. And I'm not saying that one's an older one where they've decided not to put, I'm not saying one's older where they've had like, the older ones don't have the herbs in it and they've gone to that point where they've decided to put herbs in it and then changed it a little bit so people who may not have liked or may have liked the cup of soup before can't buy it anymore because it's got herbs in it. They haven't. They've just been manufacturing both, I think, at the same time, and they all go out on the shelf. And so when I go to the shop, I have to check because sometimes I'll go into the shop and I'll look at the ingredients on the back of the Bachelor's cup of soup, and what do I find? It's got herbs in it. And yet, a few weeks later, I can go into another shop, find the cup of soup, and I'm seeing it with no herbs in it. So it's a bit of a weird one, that one. I don't know why there would be two varieties of the same cup of soup. One with herbs in it and one without. That doesn't make sense. Usually when somebody or a company make something, they only make it once. It has their recipe. That's what they do. If they were gonna make two varieties, usually it's because they do a lower fat one or something like that. Like for instance, baked beans as an example. If you buy baked beans that are from Heinz, right, you're gonna get Heinz baked beans. They're not gonna do a Heinz baked beans that's like different, apart from when it comes to something like a lower added sugar one. So you can have the different varieties of Heinz baked beans. They don't come along and say, right, this is Heinz baked beans, the normal version. This is Heinz baked beans, the normal versions, with a different recipe. They don't do that. They're never going to do that. Basically what it'll be is you'll get Heinz baked beans, lower added salt, Heinz baked beans with, say, sausages, Heinz baked beans with, say, barbecue sauce, that kind of thing. And they could be the only four baked beans that they will do from the Heinz brand, as an example. And that's what they basically do. So, I expect that's what I would have expected with Bachelor's Cup of Soup, specifically the tomato, where you've got just one recipe, and that's what they roll it out to, whether it's got herbs in it or whether it's not got herbs in it. The Golden Wonder one doesn't, and neither do the Heinz have herbs in it, but it's a bit of a strange one, that is. But anyway, I'll leave it there because I've rambled on a little bit too much about this. I'm just saying that this was a blog really to talk about food and health, and specifically, what food would you eat if you had to have any food in the world that would be for daily purposes on the basis of it being healthy? And I think tomato soup would be it. I know somebody's going to turn around and say it's not healthy, but I think tomato soup is quite healthy compared to a lot of food that I would probably mention and expect to eat. Because if I said something like chips, they'll say it's not healthy. So I've gone for tomato soup because I think it's a healthy thing that could be eaten. Anyway, Keep watching and bye for now.